MCN is back at it again with the green R2. You're watching your Fast Life Motorcycle channel. This is a breaking news brief. News from Kawasaki. So this story was brought to us by one of my top subscribers, Kenneth Carter, and the link to the full story is in the description. So I did a video not too long ago talking about Kawasaki bringing out possibly 2 new supercharged bikes. It was not a guarantee. It was something that they were considering. Obviously, it's going to be based on demand. They are building bikes to sell, not for the fun of it. So if it's not going to sell, they're not going to build it. So that's really the determining factor, whether they think there's a market for it or a healthy market for it. But new information uncovered by MCN suggests that they might be going forward with a bike that we are thinking is going to be called the R2, which now we're being told it might be a little bit higher than an 800cc bike. Needless to say, I'm pretty excited. I am pretty excited. I think a lot of you guys are as well. The idea of an 800cc, 850, 822, 832, whatever it is, cc supercharged bike from Kawasaki. Quite exciting. I would be interested to see what the weight will be. As a smaller capacity bike, you have the advantages of the supercharger. We've heard a lot of great things about the H2, but it is certainly a heavier bike. I mean, it's the lightest weight in its class, but compared to the other bikes that we like to compare it to, like BMW S1000RR or the ZX10, now those bikes are obviously in different classes, but still, the H2 is such an insane bike that we can't help but compare it to those bikes as opposed to bikes like the ZX14R and the Hayabusa, which are in the same class. So, with that being said, you know, it is a little bit of a chubby bike for what kind of bike it is in terms of how it rides and stuff like that. So, you know, having it be a little lightweight sounds like a cool thing. But then again, there is that balance, right? Because if the bike is so powerful and then it's so light, that can be very unstable, right? When you have a crazy amount of power, you get stability from weight, typically. Now, this may change in the future with advances in technology in terms of, especially with cars, where you have cars where the body actually adjusts for aerodynamic efficiency. So, for example, you have wings that may deploy to keep the car on the ground and things like that. So, between the active aerodynamics technology, which maybe not so relevant with bikes, although the Ninja H2 and H2R has the wings there, so it's not active but still has the wings on there. But when you combine that with maybe future technology as far as suspension, you know, and then how the throttle control is, who knows, man? We may actually be able to have a bike that is super powerful and aggressive, but yet manageable. Super lightweight and aggressive, yet manageable. That sounds like a crazy combination, but it could be done. You have to think outside of the box. I mean, it's a little difficult for even me. I'm thinking, you know, lightweight and power, that's gonna be crazy, but why does it have to be? Who says lightweight and powerful has to be, you know, a wild, crazy thing that's gonna kill you? The reason why we think that way is because that's where technology currently is at. But if done properly, I don't see why we couldn't actually have, say, 190-pound motorcycle that has 200 horsepower. First thing you're thinking is that's gonna be a wheelie machine, but hey, man, with the electronics and a lot of different things you can do to it, you know, maybe we can make it work. We're not quite there yet, I don't think. I haven't seen anyone that is able to harness that kind of power in a sensible manner. And even when you talk about electronics, a lot of times electronics kind of takes away from the potential. So the bike actually underperforms. It's actually capable of doing better than electronics allows it to. But still, I think it could be done. Regardless, I will say at least this much. I am definitely curious and very excited about the idea of an 800, you know, slightly above an 800cc supercharged bike from Kawasaki. So, comment below, let me know what you guys think. Happy Friday. This is a news brief, a little bit longer than I planned on.